Nah, picture me rolling.
Yo,
Seasoned caviar checking in.
seasoned caviar checking in.
It's your boy Greg.
It's your boy Scrill. As you all should know by now, we in this thing as always. We got a guest, a special guest today, the remote.
Nigga over here. Ugly.
Looking at we talking about simulation theory.
Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy. I like it though. And it's way left field. But I think it's just as left field as fucking religion though.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause it's like, well, let's go.
I think simulation
what
theory may be less.
it's more practical than
the other stuff.
religion.
But y'all gonna hear that.
Yeah. It's more practical than religion, but it's still like I don't know. Simulation theory in essence is just saying, we're a part of like a made up world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything that we think we're going through.
We're a sim in a way.
Basically like the game.
Like the
Sims.
games and sims.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's where. You think that's where that game, the name of that game came from?
It had to be. I mean, the simulation.
Yeah.
Because essentially that's just what it is. And that's, I mean, and so the theory behind the entire thing is basically like God would be a programmer in a way. And so we could all just be part of this giant
Video
game.
Like we're GTA characters.
In somebody else's world, right? You know what I'm saying? Like in a system, in their world.
And that's like for me, like when I looked at it at like the GTA game, I was like, it's kind of like that because like let's say on the last one, what's his name, Frank,
Yeah.
or what's his name,
Michael.
yeah,
Yeah.
either one of them, you'll be coming out the house and you'll see the same people, on the same place, walking the same way, same person like getting out of the way of a car, or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
All that stuff.
And it looks you don't see them as the same people like that, but you really do. You
really
don't know.
You don't realize it.
Yeah, like in the game, it's a lot easier to notice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A set because they wear the same clothes every day. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So it's like a lot easier for you to be like, oh, that's the same guy. This is a game because that's the same person.
Right.
And I hit him and he got back up.
Facts.
People get hit by cars all the time and get back up. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. So it's like,
then you like, where
I think the biggest thing for people probably is the fact that they can the senses. That's where people are like, oh, this easily debunks this theory because our senses.
No.
That's what. I agree with the theory, but I'm saying a lot of people think like, oh, I can feel this, so that means it exists. I'm here. I'm not actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, but you don't know what. In a world where they begin to make everything a simulation, as technology advances, they'll be able to create things over.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is, like, people have to realize, like, just use your brain. If somebody can, somebody will. With a simulation, when technology gets to that point, it doesn't matter if it's illegal or it's something they ban. You know what I'm saying? They ban people from creating simulations.
It's gonna get to a point where you aren't able to tell the difference. I think, and don't get me wrong,
Exactly.
I'm definitely pulling that from Elon Musk, but after he said it, you know what I'm saying, I was just like, that makes fucking sense. Cause
Absolutely.
even the games now, they look realistic.
And they've advanced like super fast over the course of time. We went from when we were kids, we went from like Sega Genesis
like
to
two-dimensional characters.
That's what I'm saying. Like
barely can move and jump.
Super Nintendo type shit to Xbox Ones.
When we saw Mario 64, we was like, oh, this shit's hard. Like,
yeah,
it was like
blew your mind. And people would like, look at the graphics, and you're like,
yeah.
Now you look at that and you're like, that's terrible.
Terrible. I played that shit like not too long ago.
It absolutely sucks. And then you look at things like GTA 5 and you're like, this game is like crazy, like graphics.
Yeah.
Wow,
All of
everything.
it.
But that game is from almost 10 years old though.
Yeah.
At this point. So that makes you think even, more into it like, damn, it's almost 10 years old. They were there 10 years ago.
See. But so
Of course they upgraded their graphics engines in some of the new systems and new consoles and they did some remastering. But still.
I think it's a lot of I think a lot of people don't really look into it just because or they want to debunk it from the jump.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why they do that because they don't try to debunk religion and these other things like that the same way. And don't get me wrong, like I'm perfectly fine. Like
With either
like you can
choice.
Yeah, I don't care. Like as much as I know that there are contradictions in religion, I'm still right there with you. I'm like, I know there's something out there that there's a higher being, and
The fact.
and I'm not saying it governs us, but you know what I'm saying. It just it's there,
Yeah.
and there's no way around that.
To see even like what we were talking about earlier, I feel like there could be a possibility that we're just somebody's lab rats, and people are like, oh, okay, well we experience pain, we experience all these different things, but a higher being, if this was an experiment to them, the same way we have no remorse for a rat, we're doing certain types of tests on it,
Why
right?
would they have that for us?
They wouldn't have it for us.
No, because to us, we're just we're a mouse.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I don't know. It's a lot of shows that I like to kind of jump into that whole thing. Not jump into the simulation theory, but it's just like shit.
Shows and movies.
Facts. Like the one I was talking about earlier, the I Am Mother. You know how it's like.
I Am Mother smooth. So.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not gonna tell the story of what's going on, but it's just like these robots are, basically in control,
And they're teaching
humans
Yeah.
how to act, and then they're killing some of them because they're like, no, you're a lost cause.
Yeah, you're not acting accordingly.
Exactly. So it's just like
And that's the way they feel. My fault. I was gonna say that's the way they feel about like with the robots things. That's the way they feel. Like once that takes over,
it's no.
they're going to take over because their objective is to make things perfect for how they were designed.
Yeah.
Like a computer, like the same way the guy said we were in the coding class. Computers are stupid, but they're really good at doing what you tell them to do. But if you just cut a computer on,
That motherfucker don't know what to do.
it doesn't know what to do. It just sits.
Just
So-
sit there all day.
And so, see, that brings us back to that. Like, we could be programmed to do stuff, and we don't know. The same way things are malfunctioning at times, where you have certain errors that occur. It happens all the time. You go to a web page, for some reason it's an error. Apple releases an update for your phone, for some reason there's a bug.
Yeah.
And that's some shit that's weird. I never understand that. Like how you can do, for me, how you can do all of this coding, right? And everything was right up here. And then you put something down here, and in some kind of way it creates a bug, but everything was right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's
I
weird.
feel like it's kind of like when dude was talking about like the override thing. And I feel like certain things in there can happen, and I think
When
that's same
somebody
thing.
accidentally
I think that's the same thing that happens with like technology for us. It's like
facts.
everybody thinks that it's this one way. This is the we thought the snake phone was we didn't think it was the pinnacle, but we was like, oh, this is the best shit we got right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then somebody's like, this shit's okay, but it's really not that good. And they're like, oh, let's do this.
And
You know
it's
what I'm saying?
scary too. Like, I think things like that are really scary when you think about it. Because when you're in those moments, like, we vividly remember the Nokia 5071. That's what it was. Well, we vividly remember that. And it's like, that feels like it was yesterday. Today. You never thought today would be how it is when you were there in that time period. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
So it's like, even when you look back at things like 9/11, like 2001, like it's about to be 2021.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's about to be 2020. I know somebody will be like, well, it's not about it. Fuck off. We know.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's coming.
If somebody said something like that, you're dead.
Like, facts.
But no. But yeah, no,
That's scary too, because what if we feel like things are lasting a long time, but it's really like this extra short period. It's not really the time you think it is.
Oh, you know,
because our calculation of time is something that's been given to us. It's not something that we can define.
I think time moves differently depending on what you're doing.
Facts.
And now, I'm not saying it's just like, you're at work all the time. It seems like it's moving faster. I literally think shit like accelerates and stuff like that at certain times. Because the shit just doesn't make sense, man.
When you're having, like you said, if you're having fun, like people say time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
The way that time moves is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that shit just goes. And then even think, like, for a kid doesn't even think about time. They're strictly thinking about the next thrill.
Yeah.
Like, what's my next thrill? Time doesn't matter. Their Monday and their Fridays they're not that far apart for them. Because they don't know the days.
They're not looking for it either.
And even it's been times where I've woke up and been like, oh, today is like Thursday. Like, it was just Monday, but it's different. Because I think people only really acknowledge those things based off work and what they have to do. You only use days for schedules.
That's all.
If you don't have a schedule, or anything, you know what I'm saying? You just, whatever. It's just to keep track of time.
Yeah. No, but that's like
But in Blue Planet.
we're worried about
We don't even know what's in the ocean.
yeah, no. They say I was looking at something. They were like, we've only explored like we haven't. I think it's like 10%. Like I don't think it's over like 15% of the ocean, bro.
See, that's ridiculous.
But there's no way. I'm talking about, you gotta think, bro. Like just looking at, even though this is on the fucking screen, looking at this shit, you're like, bro, you can only see water, and this shit goes down further than it goes out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's weird about that. And see, they have a theory about that too. So they have a theory about outer space, where instead of you going up for outer space, you could actually go like, you're in like Antarctica. It's a wall of ice surrounding the North Pole. They have a theory that if you get up, you have to go up over the wall of ice and just come out, and you can go into outer space instead of going up.
It's
that's like the flat Earth theory. So that's how that would work.
Yeah.
Because if you like, well, if I can go up, if this is flat, I can also go over the edge and go down.
Yeah, they think that. I'm not a complete. I don't agree with that. But I don't think the Earth's flat.
We don't. At the moment,
I don't know.
We're talking about simulation. We don't even think the Earth exists.
It exists to us.
It exists to us, though.
Even if you is getting money, that ain't money to me.
That ain't money to me. See, like, look at that. Like, y'all can't see this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some extra editing so you guys can see at the bottom what it's looking like. I don't know, but even down to that, like, bro, look at just like shit just looks crazy.
Like, this shit has to be made up. Not has to be, but it's
to an extent, it just doesn't make any.
It's a lot of shit though, bro.
But I think it's the same way we modify everything else around us. Like we will create some super species of something. Even what we've done with dogs is amazing. Yeah. Something as simple as like a dog, how people like we were talking about with the bullies, things like that, like how they modified them genetically to a point. Now,
I'm talking about, but most living species are trying to select a breed.
Facts.
Like humans, we do this shit all the time, and
we just make it more complicated.
Yes.
Fucking peacocks, they just show their feathers, and I'm like, look at those colorful ass feathers.
Yeah, that's what I want to fuck.
I'm gonna fuck this peacock. My kids' feathers will be fucking beautiful.
Exactly. But we make it complicated, like you said.
We added money to the equation, and then after that we threw in it's like little silver coin, and we cut the middle of it out, and we said put it on your finger. And then that made it really complicated for people because people are like, holy shit.
Wait one second. Batman.
Wait 1 second. I like this person. What you mean to tell me if I don't want to be with them, I gotta give them half my shit?
But they don't even look real.
No. It's because they probably ain't, bro.
That's like that wave on that movie Point Break, bro. Have you ever seen it?
Point Break is a dope ass movie.
Yeah, that shit.
I'm surprised you've seen the movie.
For real? I
watched
it
it
down there. Actually,
You bought it?
Yeah, it's either down here or.
See, I downloaded Point Break. I probably watched Point Break, bro. Probably about 2015.
Then I watched that when it came out. You know it's a remake of it.
Yeah, it's a remake of all.
Keanu Reeves in the first.
Yeah,
Matrix. But see, the Matrix ties in. I think the Matrix ties into the simulation shit.
And they're coming out with another Matrix, so I'm excited for that. Interstellar tied into it a lot too. Now the dimensions. Yeah. That's always been something that's been weird too, because they say you can time travel through space at certain points.
Yeah,
well, you can go through black holes at certain points within the atmosphere and go to another point. So like how you can do on a video game, just loading.
Yeah, it's a glitch.
Basically.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people say. It's just like stuff with like the Mandela effect too. So it's like how they feel like
the Berenstain Bears. Come on, bro. That exists, bro.
Yes.
but it's like
ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like
people remember Mandela dying in prison. But
yeah. You see, that's weird.
Yeah. So it's like it's a glitch in a lot of things, bro.
I think that's why.
I think it's glitches in shit that we do like on a regular basis.
Facts. I think that ties into we've been to a lot of movies, but I think that ties into Swordfish too. Remember at the end of Swordfish, I don't care if I spoil this for anybody because that movie's fucking old as shit. If you didn't see it, that's on you. But remember at the end of the movie when he's getting on the helicopter, and he explains that people believe what they hear and what they see with their eyes and what their senses are telling them in front of them. So when he walked around the helicopter and he appeared to walk up, walk into the helicopter and it blew up. I'm instantly dead because everything's here.
You're not even worried about me no more because
you think I'm dead. As long as you see the proof that you need to see, because your mind tells you like these things are real. Like, okay, Greg's got ice in the cup. He poured water in it. There's definitely water in that cup. That bottle could be filled with tequila the entire time. We just don't know. So
Grey Goose, baby.
I think that ties into a lot of things though. Like what people, and then social media is making it really crazy. Because it's a highlight reel.
Oh yeah.
So it's like that. I feel like that's part of the simulation too. In a way, that's a simulation in itself.
No, it is because it's made up.
Yeah, like I can post a picture today of me in Miami and be sitting right here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
they do it all the time.
That's what I'm saying. People do it all the time.
But I'm talking about even on the stuff. Oh, is that how they clean themselves? They go up against the shit. That's smooth. Well, not smooth, but that's
Dolphins are dope.
Yeah. But no, it's just like I don't play 2K a lot, but even like in when I'm playing Hitman or Call of Duty or some shit like that, right? He'll do some dumb shit, and I'll be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You know, shit that I didn't tell him to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He'll like start moving a different way, and I'm like, okay, but same thing happened in real life too.
Yeah.
I know it's been times where I done stepped up and thought I had the correct thing, and
and you like, oh, like
you know what I'm saying?
Like
some
stuff
dumb
like
shit.
that.
Yeah. So it's like,
or even just life in general. Some days I feel like I'm just glitching through my whole life. like this is completely the wrong shit. You're not supposed to be doing any of this. And most of the time I get that feeling when I'm at work. That's when I feel like I'm glitching the most.
I think that's one of the worst parts of it. I think that's one of the worst parts of it because it's like at that point you're one of those people that you see. Like
the design may have not been meant for that. For people to sit in buildings, at desks, in chairs, in front of computers. You know what I'm saying? The initial design may have been like outdoors things, like growing your own food and living on your own land, and let's see where this goes. With people, it starts to change and evolve.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Those people who are like how they have those games that are they got those games that are like the people cleaning up their house or they cooking the burgers and the hot dogs and they gotta give money to the people like.
Them games used to be dope too.
That happens in everyday life though.
No, it does.
For us, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you doing? Then you got the people like back to GTA. You got people like Frank or Tommy Vercetti, and that ain't nothing but your Frank Lucas or you know what I'm saying? You're the person who's just going against
your
the
Frank
grain of
Lucas,
your simulation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
or Michael, you're Bill Clinton. Maybe you know
what I'm saying? So it's just like, bruh, all that stuff is. It's more ways to build a case for simulation than to debunk it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like that's just kind of it's a weird space, but all that shit, like when you like with us working and shit, like we become those or getting into the cycle of just the everyday life and it's the same thing you do constantly every day.
Yeah.
You become one of those
you become a robot.
You become one of those little bystanders in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just walking down the street every day, going to get your or some shit.
In fact, you become a bystander in the game that's just doing the same stuff over and over and over again. That's a perfectly good example. And I think the thing is like I rarely ever see people smoking cigarettes. This is a weird thought. I rarely see people smoke cigarettes. But when you're at work, you always see people smoke cigarettes. Unless you're at a bar. You get what I'm saying? Like, but you rarely see people smoking.
I think at a bar people just smoke cigarettes
it's just something that other people are smoking and then it's something in their hand. And I heard a lot of people say like they've told me it's just about having something after that. But I'm saying like that for example is like something that is very simulation-y. Because you're like, this only happens when I'm here.
Right.
Like if I walk away from here,
no.
I can walk away from here and walk past the same place and not see this. Generally. You know, so it's like it's weird. I think a lot of things are the whole thing behind that is weird.
Are you trying to correct that one?
That's what it appears. This is hilarious. Yeah, fish are weird. I feel like fish are aliens.
It's a group of people that believe that aliens live up under
the ocean.
Yeah,
I can believe that too. Bro, just think it could be people living under us.
Yeah, could be.
Like there's no.
I think it's people already out of space.
Oh yeah, of course. What my thing with the simulation theory is that there was already a higher version of people. I don't know if they would be considered humans, but they ascended somewhere different. Yeah. When they did, and somebody just was like, "I'm gonna do this and just fuck around with this," you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna say that he got that motherfucker too. But you know that's like the whole story with the Sumerians and the Anunnaki and
all of those
like,
different things.
You know, like they just even like with the Nephilim and the people, the angels that fell from heaven and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, so it's like, and people be talking about the Nephilim, but the Anunnaki stuff with the Sumerians, that shit outdates the Bible by like 4,000 years.
And all of the stuff usually does.
Yeah. But it's the same stories.
It's the same stories, but it outdates
pretty much
stories.
the same story. You know what I'm saying?
And see, I once read that there was a meeting for that. Like I read that somewhere that people met. I don't want to go all the way to the religion thing again, but a bunch of
like
leaders, high-ranking leaders met from all over the world.
And all them went back to the
possibly, yeah, something like that. But see, I'm saying like the old thing, they all met and they sit down at a table and they discuss how this would go, the religions, and so they say like, you're here, okay, you'll be this, and you'll have Christians, and this is what you'll be, but make reference to this particular individual, and you'll be a Buddhist. That'll be because these people look like everybody has somebody that looks like them.
Yeah.
In a way, you know, which is weird. That's where religion gets weird. You're like, okay, so one person made us all, right? That's what you're telling me. But everybody has in their religion, that person looks like them in their image. And then you have like people who are like super Christian, and then you're like that. The image doesn't match what's in the books.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense. Like none of it makes. A lot of it doesn't make sense.
Hair wore bronze skin.
Hair wore bronze skin. Even that. I mean,
It's Nipsey Hussle.
here we go.
It's a good comparison.
Nipsey Hussle had a drop today too, from Puma.
Yeah.
Dope drop. Only thing I was upset about. I was upset about something.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like the shit.
So, I was upset about the fact that the jumpsuit and everything, the whole get up was the correct way.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he wore it. Those were not the shoes he had on. And those were not the shoes that I believe he intended to have on with that particular outfit. So I believe that drop should have featured the shoes that he had on with the outfit.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yes.
But I feel like pushing that shoe, come on, man. Like that wasn't the right shoe.
See, I think.
And I still, you know.
I be looking at shit like that weird. So, that shoe, they'll do that shoe just because it has his name attached to it. They're like, oh, this is gonna sell regardless. So let's not use the actual shoe that we had designed for him. You get what I'm saying? They'll use that shoe because it looks better aesthetically,
right,
for a different drop because that's gonna sell.
Cause and that's why I feel like this could be the retro, like the original shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That went with this, but you're like, for me, I don't know. I feel like he had a lot of content where he was wearing different shoes in particular.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of those things could be. You could break that down.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, he's somebody with a huge legacy too. It's not hard to go in. You know, it's just like when they're making Jordans. It's not crazy for them to make a Gatorade Jordan.
No.
It's not hard for him to go into his legacy because he did a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, but same way with Nipsey, he did a lot of things. So you could make a lot of different shoes. Even before that. And I know a lot of people don't remember this or even know about this. It was a Crenshaw Nike collab that he somewhat had with Hirachi. He had a Hirachi.
Yeah.
It's an all blue suede Hirachi with the gold back on.
Yeah.
That those came out.
He had them on in that video on the segment.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had them on in the Picture We Rolling video.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but those were to represent the high school that he went to back then. But I'm saying like even at that point, those could be retro and they're gonna be bigger than life. Just simply because his name is attached to it.
Yeah.
As it should be. And I feel like he deserves that credit too.
Fact. He deserves all credit that's going his way.
Yes, facts. Big facts.
That's dope. I ain't never seen a bird just like barely be like flapping, but just standing in the same place. Look, I was
birds are wild too, man.
I was talking to, but you know they say they're more direct descendants to dinosaurs than anything.
I can believe that easily.
But I was talking to my nephew, and he was like, did you know owls don't make a sound when they're like flying? Like they
only make the hoot noise when they
like
still.
Yeah.
You know what? Owl is one of the y'all can look this up too. An owl is one of the most feared predators in the wild.
Yeah.
People believe like lions and tigers, like the owl is like one of the most feared. That's why if you ever look at a boat, people had an owl on there. The same way people put scarecrows in their yard for their crops, they'll have owls on the boat because other birds will not fuck with the boat.
Yeah.
Because they know the owl is like, oh no. Because the owl will swoop down and just pick shit up and
take your shit.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
They're really more aggressive than like bald eagles and shit.
Birds are aggressive.
Them motherfuckers get that.
Period. Because I believe like red robins, they like kill their own eggs, like just crazy shit.
He finna get his ass.
See, there's no church in the wild.
Yeah, nah. Ooh, look out. I ejected. You sloth. He jumped all the way out the water though. You know.
You said you sloth.
Look at him now. Down trip. I'm in the fucking TV. Nah, but what we talking about?
No, we was talking about the simulation theory.
Yeah. Nah, that shit. All that shit is wild, man. I think it's a really. I gotta put it.
It's a really possible thing that people need to actually attempt to wrap their head around.
Yeah.
Instead of ignore it.
Yeah, I think because it's to me it's like the whole alien thing. People try to rule out that aliens are real or anything like that, and that's perfectly fine. Like think what you want to think, but don't discredit. Not say don't discredit. Don't discard the idea
of it existing.
Yeah,
because my thing is the idea came from somewhere.
Exactly.
Either way, the idea came from a place, and the place that the idea came from is very vivid, and everybody looks at the image of an alien in the same light. We all see the big-headed figure with two eyes when we think of alien. Even if you type alien in your phone, the emoji for it, we all think of that image. So it's very weird that people debunk it, but we all know what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird to me. There are things in this world you have no idea what they look like if people believe it.
Just like I was talking to them at Blake Whitten, bro. I was talking to them motherfuckers and I was like, bro, you don't know what the fuck a dinosaur look like or what the fuck a dinosaur sound like, but somebody, showed you this shit and you bought into it.
Yeah, from that point on.
Yeah, so it's like, nigga, come on now. Motherfucking T-Rex is like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
People are like, that's what it sounds like, and you're like, you don't know that though.
Nigga, you have no idea. My nephew, he's like crazy about fucking dinosaurs.
The same way you hear that weird eerie feeling you hear in like a lot of the 80s shows, or anytime you're watching anything sci-fi or alien related, all of that shit is based off like Moog, the guy who created the mini Moog. All of that shit is based off of that, which is weird because those sounds come from that. You know what I'm saying? So a guy created a synthesizer that made a sound, and now everybody is tied to these specific sounds that go with things.
You're like, this is right.
Yeah, because it's weird. Because I mean, if you're watching a Gladiator movie, they're going to play opera music generally. If you're watching a Godfather movie, they're going to play that style of music. If you're watching classical, exactly. But if you're watching a horror movie, it's gonna drop down to that weird, eerie synth sound. Because if you watch something with no sound, like we talked about that day, you watch something with no sound, it has no effect.
I didn't know the motherfuckers in the water like that.
Yeah, that's wild. Stingrays are something serious.
Bitch, I almost feel like you can fly. Flapping that shit. That's a whole bunch of them.
Rest in peace to Steve Earle.
Facts. Would you look at here? I can't do that.
So people don't realize, see, they gotta respect our role models were not role models, but our like TV reality figure people were actually doing
dope shit.
Like The Rock, he was actually dope. Stone Cold Steve Austin was actually dope.
Man.
Steve Irwin was actually fucking with stingrays.
Before they were fixed.
Like he was doing real shit. I mean, and that wasn't the first time something happened,
Yeah, nah.
While he was on the set.
That nigga got bit by a poisonous snake.
That's what I'm saying.
It was like serious too.
And that was real. Like,
nah, he was with the shit.
But now people are in the simulation, so they're like,
I ain't never going to Australia though.
Australia has some of the biggest, crazy
shit. I gotta stay like as close to the city as fucking possible, bro. Like,
Mitch lived in Australia.
For real?
For a while.
I didn't know that.
Mitch, he was I ain't gonna say too much Mitch about shit, but he worked for a cruise ship and he was like stationed outside the city, I think.
That's dope.
I believe.
Yeah.
If he would come on here, then he could actually.
Yeah, come on, Mitch.
Come on, Mitch. Money making Mitch.
Come on, don't be scared, man. Shout out to Mitch though, he cool, man.
Hell yeah. one of the most open mind, like somebody with a super open mind.
Man, bro, when I went to that little video shoot with him, I was like, bro.
There was a lot of shit going on. There was a lot of shit going on. I can believe it.
Man, I was in there like, bro. I was trying to keep my cool.
I feel like,
no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Everybody in there was cool. It was just way different than what the fuck I thought it was gonna be.
He walked into a movie set, so I can imagine. That's how. But see, so you imagine that. Now imagine being somebody coming into a movie set and they being like, "This is what we doing," and you like, I skimmed through this shit, kinda.
Yeah.
I didn't see all this in there. You know what I mean? Like, and that shit.
That's like going to a motherfucking movie thing. You go in to audition for 007 and then you pull up and it's a fucking porno. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Like that shit can be a little crazy. No, yeah, in Australia they have like a Goliath bird eating spider. It's like huge. Google it. You don't have to Google it. Pictures of it.
a spider that eats birds.
Bird eating spider. It's a thing. It's factual.
Fuck no.
Yeah, Australia got some shit for your ass.
I can't do
Australia got some shit.
it. They say
But I think I read somewhere that their prisons are like
the prisons are chill.
I think in most of the countries, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I read somewhere. I think in most of the like countries overseas, you can, except for like I'm talking. When I say overseas, I'm talking Australia, UK guys. I'm not talking Russia and all the other shit. Yeah,
Chinese prisons crazy too.
But I think they said they get to leave like, and it's something like here I think as well. But they get to leave on the weekends and stuff, or sometimes you can just be out.
I don't know what you do that shit here.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I think with them over there, it's like a thing. Like they don't have to ask anybody or check in. The doors are open for you to walk out.
Damn.
I think in some of them, yeah, I read that somewhere. And I was like, that's crazy. But they said nobody really leaves because they don't want to lose that. Nobody takes advantage of it because they don't want to lose that privilege.
Gotcha.
Which is cool and scary at the same fucking time. But I'm pretty sure if you're a guy like that, you killed 10 people. I'm pretty sure you don't have that like
No.
privilege.
That's like your minimum security, non-violent shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them shits is like that. They like that here. I heard Tanzania got crazy bugs like that too, like off the coast of Africa and shit.
Oh, Africa has a lot of crazy shit too.
Yeah.
They got like some crazy, like they have to, bro.
I'm trying to go over there with Blake, man. He says it's crazy over there right now, so it's not to really move.
Yeah, they did that. Was a guy in the barbershop. He actually plays overseas in like Israel.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, Israel's really dope. He was like, it's just the thing, like the shit that you see on TV. He's like, that shit's real. He was like, so you might be walking around somewhere. He was like, a bomb might just go the fuck off while you eating at a restaurant. Like he like that shit's happening. Like not how you're thinking on TV like it happens and that's happening. He's like, no, that shit is happening all the time. You just see the ones that actually hit. So like motherfuckers are running around doing that like all the time. It's just not working. It's the same way here. Like people are running around shooting and killing.
Yeah.
You don't see any of those things in real life.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not walking out your house and seeing like somebody get whacked every day.
Yeah.
Like it's not happening. But
shit, the Waffle House shit was right stripping your house. Man.
right, that's what I'm saying. Like that was crazy. Like I heard that. Like that was wild. But even that, like he was saying, like no bombs are going off. Like you're right, you're like boom, and you like
people just keep going. Cause it gets to a point like man, when I hear the mass shooting shit, bro, I look at like the shit that come through on my phone or something like that, and I'll be like, go right back to what the fuck I was
it's
doing.
scary that we live in a time like that. But once again,
That's my book,
things like that could be
bro.
in a simulation where people are working on like let's figure out let's see how they would react to this.
How long does it take for them not to react to this?
Yeah, that could be a thing. Like
That's a science project, bro.
that's a sign. Yeah, for somebody somewhere like.
Cause I remember having to do the little project in school, bro, where we was like trying to see like how flowers grow. You know what I'm saying? Like you put them like in a pot, put it by the windowsill or something like that.
You see how long?
Yeah. I'm talking about, but we even got to the point where we was like trying to like, you know how Cause you know, flowers they grow towards the sun. So like
Yeah.
if it's like with the light being right here,
They're gonna grow that way.
yeah.
Facts.
And if you turn them up, it's gonna start to straighten up.
Yeah.
Cause that's what it's it's trying to get
Doing
back
that,
to the light.
back
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's trying to get back to the energy source.
Yeah.
And so like that's the same thing. It's a science project, and I ain't saying that's what we are, but it's a possibility.
It's a possibility, a huge possibility.
Yeah. That shit is fucking crazy.
It's a huge possibility because you think about that, and then you think about, man, just even like for people listening, think about a time where you've been at the minimum in a relationship with somebody, and I know a lot of y'all have done this, been in a relationship with somebody, and you've like, I'm gonna do this to see what type of reaction I get, and how long I'm gonna get the reaction, and then you like, I'm done with this, so I'm gonna actually see at this point how long it's taking for this person to go, like, leave me alone. When they catch that, people have done that, you know, like, so
People do that every day.
people do that every day. A lot of people do that. They might not tell the people that they with that they doing that, but
Yeah. Every day.
you find out in the end, like, and that's purely out of your like self curiosity.
Yeah.
So expound upon that, bring it to a bigger thought for some super nerd genius, and he's like, I can do this. Like, he doesn't care about getting all the money in the world because he probably can figure out a way to hack something and do that. So he's thinking of something like he wants the biggest thrill he can have.
Yeah.
And so he's, doing whatever. Because I even think like down to like, put this in the water. I think I was explaining that like earlier to somebody. I think the whole vegan, vegetarian type movement thing is just about an experiment. And why I say that is because you didn't hear much about it. You really never heard anything about it growing up, right? And I know people say that people are changing with the time, and social media. That's why you're hearing more about it now. Most of everybody that I know was like, a salad involved iceberg fucking lettuce. Now people are like, that's not real lettuce, and they want spinach, and they want this particular.
Yeah.
It's like 7 different types of lettuce. I don't remember seeing that as a kid. I know people were saying like it existed, like you guys just didn't eat it.
Yeah.
But now I'm pretty sure there are like 6 and 7 year olds out there that are like, I'm a vegan.
I'm
a vegetarian.
Oh no, my niece, she's like, I don't eat beef, and I really, she's like, and I'm thinking about going vegan. I was like,
I was here when she said that. The thought of that, see what I'm saying? That's a wave of something. Because
I'm like, it's a trend.
oh, it's a wave and it's a trend. And so it's like, okay, that's cool.
I don't see enough evidence saying that, that is
That's what I'm
a
saying.
true benefit.
Yeah.
And that might be, like, I get what you're saying, but that could be just because of the amount of time that has transpired since then.
My thing is this. It's a big thing and it's huge. Now, we get it. I get it. We've already seen people live to be over 100 eating things that were not necessarily plants or fruit all the time.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, I don't think there's anything wrong with the meat. I think there might be something wrong with the processing, like the processing process. Also the use of steroids, also the use of harmful things on crops that they're eating, or what they're eating.
What was the damn?
Does anybody know what the difference between an Angus beef cow is and a regular beef cow? Yeah, somebody does, but I'm saying most people don't.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like now, it's
sure.
like
for sure. And then what was it? Oh, right, it was some pesticide that they put on the shit
that was changing the gender of frogs.
Yeah, that shit's crazy as hell.
Like
changing frogs from male to female.
And some of them were able to produce half babies.
Yeah. And like asexual.
Asexual.
Yeah.
They didn't even. Yeah.
And they're saying it has an effect on us too.
But see, yeah, I can believe
it because the amount of like shit that's changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for the people who ain't like, because I know it's like kids that are like, 8, 9 years old talking about I'm gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that could have just been the cause of your parents, you know.
It could just
having
be
that
what,
in their system.
it could just be whatever you're into.
Because
That made you
I
agree with
can't
something.
remember what the fuck pesticide that was.
It was a certain type of
Yeah,
pesticide.
it was the second most bought one in the fucking U.S.
Mm-hmm.
It was Roundup, and then it was.
And you
I
can
think
only
it's
buy
called
it. You can only buy it if you were it's like a legal. You can't buy it unless you're like
a licensed, like farmer
or
like
something
some
like
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Something with agriculture.
Facts.
So it's like, yeah.
Man.
I guess we'll just we'll all be sitting here and we'll see. But as Joe Rogan would say, the quickest way I guess for us to find out where the simulation now is to get some DMT. This is not a DMT commercial, but I don't know. It's definitely a weird thing.
No, for sure.
Sure.
We can about wrap this up, though.
Absolutely, we can. Until next time, Seasoned Caviar on Instagram. You guys should know it by now. Get yourself some pineapple juice. Live your best life. If you want
tequila,
a steak, eat a
and
fucking
water.
steak.